Hi, everybody. I'm Gregg Johnson, the CEO of Invoca. We're really excited because we've got Invoca Summit coming up in just a few weeks, October 20th through 22nd. And as part of the countdown to Invoca Summit, we're interviewing some of the innovative customers that have been selected as finalists for the Invoca Summit Awards. Today, I'm very humbled to be joined by Nataly Huff, who is the head of digital for Amplifon Americas. And Nataly, first of all, congratulations on being a finalist for the AI Innovator, and welcome. Glad you could join us today.
Thank you very much. Very humbled to be nominated and selected as the finalist. Invoca has some very cool tools, and I'm very excited that we seem to be using them in an innovative way. Amplifon is the leading brand in hearing health solutions worldwide, and I head up the digital marketing team for Amplifon Americas, which has multiple business units. And the most exciting, the most impactful work that we've been doing with Invoca has been for Miracle-Ear, which is the largest business unit in America. And we are very excited to talk about how the Invoca platform has been able to drive our digital transformation when it comes to digital marketing. Because of the nature of our business, a lot of the conversions that we're driving through digital marketing come through the phone, or 80% to be more specific, which means that translation of that digital data that we're so fond of into the actual performance offline becomes integral when you think about optimization in any shape or form. So very excited to talk about how Invoca was able to enable that and really shape our innovation roadmap. On the online space, we're an Adobe stack company. So Amplifon has been fully invested in Adobe for quite some time. So Adobe Experience Manager, Adobe Analytics, Adobe Launch, Adobe Audience Manager, you name it, we have it. And from that standpoint, tying all of that really rich data that you're able to capture through the Adobe tech stack, as well as all of the media platforms specifically, into our internal BI tools. So being a data-driven organization and striving to be more and more data-driven as the years move on, it requires us to have very rich data available from the offline side and really bringing something that can be the linchpin for tying those two together and really optimizing in both directions, down funnel and up. We talked a little bit about the percentages of the number of conversions that we're driving through the phone. So the impact that we really have on the business by understanding that a little bit better can be huge. So for us, understanding the context and the quality of the calls was really transformative from the standpoint of media optimization, as well as down funnel optimization. The data that we had from the call center that we were able to marry with the Invoca data allowed us to fairly quickly train our signals, both from the standpoint of understanding the quality of the call, as in which calls are driving those appointments, as well as poor quality calls, as in anything that is driving spam or robocalls. And with that, you're able to take it in pretty much any direction that you want. You can integrate it directly into the optimization algorithms within the media platforms that can drive performance fairly quickly, or, which is one of the most quick and impactful things that we did, is do some hygiene for our phone numbers. I mean, when we migrated into Invoca, we migrated over 30,000 phone numbers, and it was a big, big effort that gave a lot of headaches to a lot of people on our team as well as the Invoca's team. And now that we had visibility into the actual performance of those phone numbers, cleaning that out was able to drive down the number of spam calls significantly and save us a lot of money on the call center side. The session that I'll be doing is driving high-value franchise leads and how granular data changed everything. So really what we're going to be talking about is trying to marry/balance the ambitions that we have from the digital marketing side, all of the amazing things that the technology enables us to do, as well as making sure that you're managing all of the internal and external stakeholders. Miracle-Ear has 1,500 locations. So we have hundreds upon hundreds of stakeholders that are outside of the internal organization that have very specific needs. When you layer on top of that the fact that we're dealing in hearing health, so there's a lot of security requirements that come in with all of these integrations, the ask that we brought to Invoca was not small. So once we bring all of this together, we needed to make sure that we're able to satisfy all of the requirements of our franchisees, enable them to do the work that they do at their local level with the same level of sophistication that we want to do for our national level marketing. And that's where Invoca really came into play.
I was going to say, it's been great for us too, because I think we've learned a lot from you all as a customer and pushed ourselves from a technology point of view and how you manage some of those nuances and subtleties of that centralized marketing team with all the franchises you have out in the field. So that's great.
I think that's a very positive way to look at it. I'm not sure Mallory would agree or did agree at the point in time when we kept giving her this list of requirements. But now, yes, and that's one of the really nice things as well, is that your product team has been more than willing to look at the roadmap and understand our needs and really translate them into solutions that are even further than our original requirements were, because you do have a very innovative and forward-looking team. When we talk about the session that I'm doing, which is on granular data and how you can do that in a franchise organization, one of the things that you can start talking about is the ability to provide transparency and the ability to provide benefits of the same level of transparency to a multi-location organization that then incentivizes your organization to use your tools. Because that gives you broader data, not just the data to the aspects that you're managing. As many of us in franchise organizations know, we don't have 100% level of control or visibility into everything that happens. But when you give them the tools that provide a significant benefit, that gives you the ability to have much broader view into what is happening that is outside of your control as well.
Yeah, no, I'm really interested. One of the customers we're also having speak at Invoca Summit is AutoNation. And they obviously have a very similar setup where they have all these different stores across the nation dealing with automotive, and having that data-driven transparency between a local dealer and back to HQ is really, really important.
I'm sure as you're asking this question to multiple people, you'll hear a similar answer, both from the personal side and professional side. It's really about a focus on what's important, whether it's your personal on mental health, it's time with your family, etc. Really forces you to focus. And from the marketing standpoint, it really is a focus on the foundations. We were lucky because we brought the digital transformation to life at the end of 2019. So all of the work and all of the initial hiccups, which always happen at go live, were all resolved by the time 2020 came around. And we were really just kind of reaping the fruits of the very hard labor that took place in 2019. And the strength of that foundation really enabled us to push through the most difficult times during COVID, both from the ability to have real-time accurate data on the performance of our digital marketing and the ability to invest in digital marketing, continue the growth of the digital marketing in a very intelligent and efficient way, allowed us to really push through the very difficult time.
I've heard a lot about agility. I've heard a lot about focusing on what's important. I mean, I know for me, I'm traveling a lot less and getting to spend more time with my kids and family, which has been great. And I'm hoping we can carry some of those over as we go into 2020, as we go into next year.
There's a lot of great keynote speakers that you have planned that I'm really looking forward to attending. But all in all, I think this is a wonderful opportunity to understand how other people use data. We talk about data as such a grand concept, and everybody uses it differently to different scales and finds different opportunities. So my hope is to really broaden the view, which I'm hoping is going to broaden the vision in the long term for Amplifon, and really understand the different types of use cases and different types of wins that we can achieve with the data that we're now able to capture.
Nataly, really appreciate the time today. Best of luck prepping for your session. Best of luck with the awards, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Very nice speaking.